Have you ever thought about only offering occupied staging? Or is occupied staging a big part of your current business? Let's talk with Andrea Lenzen and listen in on how she has created such a thriving business when it comes to only occupied staging. Now let's begin.
This is the Stage Your Boss podcast from StageYourBoss.com with the founder of HSRA, Jana Uselton. The Home Staging and Redesign Association is a group of like-minded professionals dedicated to revolutionizing the real estate industry by making a difference in the lives and businesses of home stagers and redesigners everywhere. Join us as we talk to the best of the best in this industry from all over the world and hear how they are using their training and experience to make a difference in the clients they serve. If you are a real estate industry expert looking for better ways to market and sell properties, join us for this podcast series.
Hey everyone, Jana here with HSRA. We are very excited to talk to Miss Andrea today about our upcoming Home Staging Summit. It is our national event, and Miss Andrea is going to be sitting on one of our key panels as we really break down design elements. We talk about home staging trends, and we talk about smart design. I know, Andrea, you work with a lot of your agents, and you just are the best asset to their team. You not only stage their properties, you make sure that that they are well taken care of throughout the process. So how excited are you for Summit?
I can hardly wait. I loved it so much last year. It was my first one. And I mean, when I went home, my head was spinning. I had learned so many new things to implement in my business. So I am so psyched about going.
Well, I know there in the St. Louis area, with your specific business model, you have creatively have something that you have teamed with, one of our other experts there in St. Louis. So tell us a little bit about your business and about your strategy for, partnering with other people.
Well, what I thought was really interesting that I really love to do occupied homes. And I know a lot of stagers don't, but I do because I love that personal relationship with the client, and then you could really see the end results. So I really like that. So when I started my business, I knew I wanted to focus in on that, but I didn't want to do vacant. And everybody kept calling me about doing vacant. I said, I don't do vacant. So I really wanted to take time to find the right person to do that. And I checked out everybody's website, and I met with Linda Borghi, who owns Dazzle. And we we are like the same type person.
You're peas in a pod, two peas in a pod for sure.
Two peas in a pod. So I said, I would love to refer all of my vacant business to you. And she said, we don't want to do occupied anymore. So we're going to refer all of our occupied. So what's great is that we're not like every stager that they really do it all. We each just specialize in one area of the market, occupied or vacant. And we have really, not business partners, but we've partnered up together where we teach CE classes now together. We sponsor events together. So if I'm at an event, I will always be promoting her. If she's in an event, she's always promoting me. So we kind of have like double exposure.
Yeah.
And really, when we went to Dallas and we were talking about, our format, and everybody was thinking that's really an interesting concept of what to do. Because I know occupied takes a lot of time away from when you're doing vacant staging. So it just has been a blessing. We've been doing this now a couple of years. It's worked out absolutely great. I mean, we just both today were at an event together that we were both sponsoring called Lunch with Ernest. And we have a luncheon, and there's about maybe 30 to 40 agents there, and we have speakers, and it's great. We love it. Absolutely love it. Great
I know
partnership.
you guys, you are an inspiration to the rest of our industry and how you can work with other staging companies. There are,
Absolutely.
you know, refer back and forth, whether it's area specific or maybe someone specializes in luxury. And I think it's such a win-win. And I love that. I know you and Laura are going to be on our as our national panel of experts in this topic. And it's going to be great to see you guys, you know, collaborate together.
Yeah, yeah.
Experiences. So what do you feel like some key, you know, takeaways as you are staging property, you are going into these occupied homes? Are you seeing any kind of trends? Or are there some key things that you are wanting that client, that their home, their sanctuary, you know, just the appeal to that buyer coming in? What are the key things that you try to do there?
I think what we're finding now is really tuning into the demographics of the area, because a lot of empty nesters who have been in their home 40 some odd years really have more of an antique style furnishing, but this could be a neighborhood where young millennials or something is coming into that. So we really have to have that hard conversation, you know, with them about the furniture they have. And we've run into that several times. So we also try to focus in not necessarily styles and designs, but who the buyer is going to be. And we're finding that's really critical now, since a lot of millennials are coming into the marketplace, but a lot of empty nesters are trying to sell and downsize. So we're trying to appease that kind of a market, which is making a big difference.
Yeah, it's so true. And I think, you know, we just finished a CE class. We just finished an event too. It was amazing. And the agents, they give 5-star reviews because there's so much knowledge to be, you know, experienced through home staging. And one of the things that we kind of position staging as marketing that property. It is a marketing element, just like your professional photography and everything else that you do. So with your millennials, with this new gen that's coming in, you know, knowing that there's smart home design, knowing what selling features are. I think our older selling features that we typically look at now, you know, is the security system. What type of smart security system? What type of, you know, the thermometers and camera systems, just everything at your fingertips, I think can be a huge selling point. So we're staging, but we're also presenting the property in a well-mannered way that it's going to attract clients. And so I think it's huge. I think it's something that will be such a game-changing session that you guys are going to do. You're going to be able to bring in some tips, tricks whenever we're actually executing. And I love that you're talking about demographics, psychographics, you know, really nailing down who that buyer is when they walk in and what their attraction and what their engagement needs to be at. It's not just about the sofa. It's not just about furniture in a home. And many times that's where we stop. But how are we really helping to, in partnering with the agent, to position this home so that it has the most attraction? And I think it's a different level.
It's really having that relationship with the agent and having that conversation with them about that. So we make sure that we're both on the same page, because we're working as a team. And, you know, if I'm part of their team, then I want to present what we offer to the sellers, exactly what the agent is thinking about it. And one of the things, it's like not a trend or design, but it's keeping things neutral. I mean, so many times the sellers will say to me, oh, but don't they want to come in and do their own thing? And I went, no, they don't want to go online and look at a house. It's got a green living room, a red dining room, a blue bedroom, because they will look at the next thing because they don't want a project. So convincing them that we have to present a neutral palette, that's why when they move in, they'll decide if they want to do accent walls or they want to do this, and they can take their time. They're spending money now to get their house ready to put on the market. They don't want to be spending money to buy a house. Buyers do not want a project. We're finding that out. So
you're exactly right. And this was key points out of our presentation today, you know, talking about the perceived value of a property. And whenever you're setting up the expectation of work, or you're saying, you know what, let's push it on them. Let's not take full responsibility of creating a model home look that is going to appeal and attract those top dollar buyers. And there's so many ways to do that. There's levels of that.
Oh, absolutely.
The furniture, getting the design right, and getting the key elements in there is one layer. I think of 4 to 5 different layers of service that we should be offering as staging companies.
Oh, absolutely. And having those conversations about decluttering, updating, repairing, cleaning, showcasing, all of those are so critical. They're so part of that, because if they go through all this, but then the windows are dirty and their house isn't clean, it's not going to be, the perceived value will not be there. That's the bottom line. Somebody's going to say, they have not taken care of this house. This house is going to have some problems. So they've got to do everything.
At everything else that's wrong, right?
Right. Oh, exactly. So I always say, you want to save yourself headache at the building inspection? Let's repair it now. Because buyer's perception is going to cost so much more than what it really will. And you don't want to get into another negotiating thing. Let's just fix it now up front. You will make more money if you do these things, without a doubt, because you'll get into bidding wars. It'll go over list price if you do the things, because the perceived value just went up.
Yep.
Without a doubt.
So true. And when we can shine above competition in different levels, again, not just on a furniture level.
Absolutely.
Furniture doesn't go with the home, and people know that. People know staged properties. They're looking beyond
absolutely.
At this moment.
So I say to my seller when I'm sitting there, now you're looking for a house. Which houses appeal to you?
Yeah.
You want to look at the one that's got all the multicolors, you go, well, no, I like the stage one. Okay, that's what we want for you. That's your first showing.
Yeah.
Online's your first showing. They're coming to you. That's the second showing. So right. It's critical pictures.
Online dating, right?
Online. Well, honey, I know all about that.
We won't go there.
No. We can talk about that later.
So yeah, people are literally online dating properties.
Totally.
And it's not necessarily just about creating, the right piece of art, the right piece of furniture. They're seeing they're trying to engage online. And so we've got to team with those agents, partner with them when it comes to marketing those properties, when it comes to, setting the stage. That's just one element. When it comes to, making sure that all the client care and that client experience, really we have 3 clients. I would say that every staging and redesign company has 3 clients. It is, if you're redesigning for, when we're talking about investors and redesigning property to sell, you're going to have, of course, the person that is paying you, and that's typically the seller. And then you're going to have the listing agent. Then you're going to have a buyer. The buyer is the client that we are appealing to and attracting in. And you can even go to a 4th level of the buyer's agent, because if that buyer's agent may be recommending or referring that listing to their buyer if they haven't seen it yet. And it's an opportunity for us to earn their business as well. It used to be when I taught classes, back 8-10 years ago to realtors, and I could literally see 2 sides of the room. How many of you are listing agents? And they would raise their hand. How many of you are buyer's agents? They would raise their hand. Now that is gone. They are on both sides of the deal. And so your buyer's agent typically also has listings. So you have to see them as really a 4th level of a client that you're working with.
Definitely. It's definitely a team concept. And I say to them, your job is to price it right. Mine's to make it look good. We work those things together. It's magic. It gets sold.
Yes. And creating just that client experience that you have happy clients. All 4 of them are just thrilled with the experience that you've given. It's not what you do, it's how you make people feel. And I think that is huge as we continue to grow our businesses. So,
and I know yesterday, the house was on the market for a long time with an agent who told them to strip everything out of the house. And of course it didn't sell. And then another agent got it. They called me and we brought in accessories and gave it that warm feeling, which she always wanted to do all along, and it sold. And so yesterday I went to pick up the accessories and she just was so grateful. And she gave me all these plants and stuff, and we're hugging each other. And I mentioned I loved her desk set. She did all this inventory for me. Say, well, this is the best website to go to find a new desk for yourself. It's the relationships you end up getting with just the sellers too. It's so heartwarming. I mean, you just love it, how much they appreciate your honesty, with them. Like, get rid of the green sink in the bathroom.
Right.
And she said, well, nobody ever told us to do that. And I go, well, and that just breaks my heart. It just breaks my heart.
It's thank goodness she was grateful and not upset at that first agent because of all the time and money lost.
Yeah, absolutely.
And that's
it
really
breaks my heart.
Yeah, we've got to educate all levels of our clients that staging makes a difference. It's marketing the property, it's positioning the property,
exactly.
Of competition, and there's just multiple layers of the business and the clients that we serve. So we can work a one-dimensional business, or we can work a multi-dimensional business, and it lasts forever. And I think it's huge. We can literally have a referral business anytime, just if we take care of all 4 clients. So I can't wait for people to meet you, Andrea, if they haven't yet. And you are an inspiration to so many of us. Just your attitude, your energy, your positive outlook on life, and just continuing on here. You're talking about online dating, which cracks me up. But we've gotten to know each other through travel together and other events that we have throughout the year. So I encourage you listeners, get with other stagers, definitely network, get to know them. Although you're in business for yourself, you don't have to be by yourself. And
exactly.
Andrea, you and Linda are proof of that you can partner together. You can have your own niche services, but more powerful together. So I love that.
I do too. There's a lot of listings out there. There's enough business for all of us.
That's true. That's so true. Well, thank you so much. And I look forward to seeing you soon.
Take care, honey.
Okay.
Bye.
Bye.